guys, welcome back. Today I want to share with you some books that I have on my TBR for the Irish Readathon. The Irish Readathon is hosted by Aoife from the channel Fred Weasley Died Laughing, by Leanne from the channel Leanne Rose, and Elaine Howlin, all of whom I will link in the description box down below, as well as the announcement videos. And the Irish Readathon is the first readathon that I ever participated in, starting BookTube, which is almost a year ago. And I am really excited to participate again. There are some prompts, but if you know me, you know that I'm not really good with prompts. I like to keep my reading possibilities really open and without any specific pressure or theme. So the only theme for me for the month of March will be to read books either by Irish authors or about Ireland. So let's get into the books that I have on my TBR. The first two books are from the same author, and he has become one of my favorite authors, and I want to read all of his backlist books, and that is Colm Tòibìn. And the first one I have now is The Testament of Mary. So this is kind of a portrait of an older Mary who has gone through a lot of things and has lost her son, and she kind of reflects on her life and on the circumstances that came to his son's death. And I am really intrigued to read this. I grew up with the stories from the Bible, and I am really interested in Tòibìn's take on the story of Mary. And the second book by Colm Tòibìn is House of Names, which is another retelling, but not from the Bible. It's based on the myth of Agamemnon, and it's really a kind of horrid story of this ruler who sacrifices his daughter in order to win the Trojan War, and there's all this falling out of the whole family, and the mother, Clytemnestra, which is, I guess, quite known, is the one who basically goes berserk on her family for letting her down and having sacrificed their daughter. And I am interested in how he will look at this myth, because I think he is really good in digging into the psychological and the feelings of people, and that's why I'm also really interested in both of these books, because they're in a way a retelling of older stories, and I'm really interested to hear how his take is going to be on both of these stories. Next up, I have a collection of short stories which has been recommended many times, I think, by one of the co-hosts, Aoife, and that is Orange Horses by Maeve Kelly. And this is a collection of short stories looking at the lives of women in Ireland, and it's supposed to cover all kinds of different women throughout the Irish society, with a specific focus on the marginalized women. So I'm really excited about that one. Next up, I have a little beautiful book called Irish Ghost Stories, and it was put together by Stuart Davies, and it's a collection of various Irish ghost stories written by more or less famous Irish authors, such as Bram Stoker, Oscar Wilde, or W.B. Yeats. So I am really excited about that one too. The next one is yet another short story collection, and that is Dubliners by James Joyce. This is a collection of 15 stories about life in Dublin at the turn of the 20th century. It is described as depicting the life of people throughout the whole society in a very realistic way, so that makes me really excited, because that kind of reminds me of what people say about Émile Zola's writing, which I love, so that sounds really great. I am a bit hesitant because some of Joyce's writing is often described as difficult, so we'll just see how that goes, but I am keen to get to this at last. The last two books I have on my pile of possibilities for the month of March are audiobooks, and the first one is Say Nothing, A True Story of Murder and Memory in Northern Ireland by Patrick Radden Keefe, and this audiobook has been described as absolutely amazing in the last, I don't know, half a year on BookTube, and I am really excited to get to this one during the Irish Readathon. It is kind of an account and exploration of the Troubles in Northern Ireland through the recounting of a notorious abduction of a woman from her home in Belfast. I have been to Belfast once and I have seen the Peace Line and the murals on Shankill Road and Sandy Row, and it has left a huge impact on me as a person, and I just want and need to understand more about the Troubles and what happened and how that affected lives of individuals. And the last one is The Country Girls by Edna O'Brien. This is a novel about two very different girls who leave their country town life to move to Dublin. I assume it's going to have some characteristics of a coming of age story, and is also really interesting to me because I think it was a very controversial book when it came out in terms of how it depicts the impact of religion on Irish life. So I am really interested to and hope to get to that one during the readathon as well. Alright guys, this is a selection of books that I would like to get to during the Irish Readathon, which is going to take place throughout the whole month of March. Let me know if you plan to participate, and if you do, which books are on your TBR. I would love to know that and get more recommendations for next year, for example. Yeah, let me know everything down in the comments, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!